Remember, vectors are lines with arrows, and one of the most common form of vector are position vectors. That means it's a vector that starts from the origin O. The common notation for this small letter a is the vector OA. So the position vector OA usually denotes the vector A, and the position vector B is given by the vector B. Remember to underline that. The two bars beside A and beside B, that's the modulus of the vector or the magnitude. So the magnitude of OA is simply OA, meaning it's the length of the line, and the magnitude of the vector OB is simply OB, and that is the length of the vector line. So think of this, we have to find the angle between the vectors A and B. So it means if you have vectors like that, this is OA and this is OB, you have two vectors, you have to find this angle. That's the idea. The next one is the vector A minus B. Vector A minus B is simply the vector BA. That's known as the position vector rule of finding vectors. So it means OA minus OB. So the vector A minus vector B, meaning the position vector differences of OA minus OB, that is the vector BA. When you need to find a particular vector is the difference of the position vectors, and the modulus of BA, it's simply the length of the line BA. Since we know that the modulus of A is 4, we can say the length of OA is 4. The modulus of B is 4, the length of OB line is 4. And the vector BA, it has a modulus of 7. So now we have a triangle and we can use the cosine rule for finding the angle, and the cosine rule states that cosine rule of the rule of cosines, the rule of cosine, it says that if you have a non-right angle triangle, we usually use this for non-right angle triangles, if this length is A and this length is B, the included angle is theta and the opposite side is C, then the cosine rule states that cos theta equals to a squared plus b squared minus c squared divided by twice ab. So that's that. So we can now find this cos theta, let's mention in triangle OAB, cos theta equals to 4 squared plus 4 squared. Remember, we have to take the sides that make up the angle first, minus 7 squared divided by twice into 4 into 4. So this turns out to be, when you do calculation, it's a good idea to sum of the calculation in your head and the remaining in the calculator. You don't have to punch out everything in the keys of the calculator. So 4 square is 16 plus 4 square is 16. 16 plus 16 is 32 minus 7 square is 49. So that's minus 17. Minus 17 divided by 2 fours are 8. 8 fours are 32, so minus 17 by 32. Therefore theta equals to cos inverse of minus 17 by 32. You can either leave the answer in degrees or radian. I'm leaving the answer in degree. So cos inverse of minus 17 by 32, and it turns out to be 122 degrees.